Hi guys, Big Rich here from Ohio Fish Rescue. We're going to do something neat today. I'm going to install a black light above the front toes to really accent their blue fins and stuff. So I'm crossing my fingers, it's going to turn out awesome. But we're doing a lot of other things too. Stay tuned. Are you done yet?
You around if you don't stop it.
Okay, and as we start, we have our volunteer Jennifer showed up. Hi, Jen. And what's that you have in your hand? That is a 4-foot black light bulb. Yes. You know what we're going to do with that? We're going to make the fish look better.
They don't need any help with that.
Ah, yeah, they are nice looking fish, but this will accent their really pretty blue colors. Okay. While I was putting the black light up there, I had Jennifer watering the plants. Thank you, Jen. So now all these plants are nice and moist. Oh, do you check all the dirt and make sure it's moist? Okay, that's the way to do it. She's doing good. So all of our plants are done. Now I got the black light in here and turned it on, and you see such a minimal difference, barely anything at all. You see a little hint of blue now. It's a little brighter than it was before. The main problem is it's a 4-foot black light, and it's not very bright. It's not made to cut through like the bright lights that are up there, 4 feet of water. So it adds a little touch of blue, not much at all. You actually see the blue more when the lights are off. Like these guys here. See, like right there, that's a little touch of blue more. They were being whitewashed when the light was on, and now they're showing a little bit more of their color. I'm going to leave it, but it's not as good an effect as I thought it was going to be. But if I can find like a high intensity black light, then it would be nice up there. And I need it 8 foot long. That's a 4-footer right in the middle. But it's helping showing them their colors a little bit more. Like in the back there where they're not in the white light, you can see the blues really popping. But it's helping show off their colors some, so we'll leave it. It goes on and off with the remote lights. So we're on to the next project. Okay, this is what we're doing next. Remember we fixed that plant up there? Well, there's 7 leaves, 8 leaves that have spiked, right back up. The other ones that are still drooping, we're gonna go ahead and cut them off and let the plant start all over again. I had Josh clear away the rocks at the bottom so that the milk crate was sitting right on the tile, nice and flat, and we put the rocks back around it. I think what had happened was one of the leaves had fallen into the water and the giant gourami pulled it, because that's the only thing that makes sense. There's no reason for any of these fish to bash into it, and it's been good for a few months. So Jennifer's going to get in there and we're going to go ahead and cut off a bunch of them leaves. Okay, so Jen got her swimsuit on, and you know the towels are behind you over there on that shelf? Yeah. Okay, so what you got to do is, for one, grab these scissors up here. There should be a pair right here, unless you got a pair. Well, you reached over there. I didn't know if you'd grab something. Okay, so you got them scissors there. We need them cut off at the closest to the soil as possible. I know there's a big, like a head down there, and they come off of that, so get them as close as possible, and they should float for you, and put them in a pile and bring them to the side. Cool. All right, so we're gonna watch. She's gonna get in. Oh, here, let me teach you about this real quick. The stingrays, they won't bother you, and I know I told Reaper the same thing, and he ended up getting stung, but he cornered the stingray in a corner. Basically, you just keep your feet on the bottom, and when you're walking, slide your feet, over to there, and if they come near you, just, give them a little wave and they'll swim away. They're looking to see if you have food. They're not going to bother you. If you step on one, they might, try and, stab you, but don't step on one is the whole thing. That was the whole point of why you slide your feet. So, and none of the other fish, they might come near you, but they won't, come after you. They're looking for food. Okay. And they know that people are the source of their food. All righty. Here comes a big tank boss. That's that big hybrid right there, that 4-foot tiger shovelnose red tail mix. Well, you're not even going to test it out. You're just walking in there.
Go right in.
Alrighty. Hang on, let me get over here to the side. All right. Now, people, for the settings, I left it at 60 frames per second. And what I did was I turned the zoom on only optical, not digital zoom, so that it won't look as bad. And then I am getting a cradle to hold the phone, or I'm sorry, the camera, because I'm holding it by the tripod, and if I move 1/8 of an inch, the camera moves 1/4 of an inch. So I am trying to, I'll buy a cage for it to where I have to hold it, not by the tripod, but by the cage, and it'll be much solider. In the meantime, I'm holding it with my right hand on the side of the phone, and my left hand is on the tripod. So we should be pretty good. Should be a lot more steady. Okay, you moved on that side. I can't watch you. No, that's all right. I'm trying to watch the feet, or the fish by your feet. Let you know if they come close or anything, so you don't just accidentally reach out and step on a stingray. Yep, cut that. Yeah, anything that's leaned over, cut it off. What we're going to do is start off as a nice young plant again with little leaves, and then they'll grow up and stay strong as long as they don't get knocked over. The plant's like hard to kill. I love it. Oh, that was an alligator gar in the background. We got that on video. What was that?
I said it seems like a shame.
Yeah, but it's been in this pot for 2 days, and them big leaves aren't, coming back up. So instead of putting energy into their wilting leaves, we'll go ahead and cut them off, and the plant will put energy into every leaf that's now growing. Yeah, the pool's a lot bigger than it looks on camera, huh? And that fish, look at her sitting there. She's a tall girl. How tall are you?
5'9".
5'9". She's a tall girl. And look at that alligator gar next to her. He's well, 48 inches for sure. He's 4 foot. It looks like there's something right behind you there. Is that a stingray? Turn around.
Yeah.
Okay, just letting you know it's there. He won't come after you, but I don't want you putting your foot back and stepping and not knowing he's there. Now you could slide your foot towards him and touch him in his face, and he'll swim away. If you don't mind, if he's making you nervous, you can do that. There's another big one coming in front of you. Let me zoom down there and see. See, that stingray's right there. He's almost touching your feet.
They are.
They are. They're wondering, where's the food?
There's cichlids nipping at my toes too.
Are they? Well, the cichlids like the salt on your skin. Yeah, and that's the big girl. She's been up here. She has been so picked on by the males trying to breed. Here, I should get some food and throw in over here. Oh. Okay, here we go. Look at all the cichlids heading over this way. Oh, that plant was so big and huge. Not anymore. Look at all them cichlids. They're everywhere down there. They're taking over this place. I love this whole ecosystem of a pool pond. The big fish, the little fish. Here's the stingray that was just by your feet.
These guys are pretty big.
Oh yeah, they're big. And you guys can see the white part is what has grown back since the males have bitten off the black. When the males bite her, it's a straight chunk out of the black, and then the white part is the part that grows back, and then it turns back to color eventually. Oh, that's such a cute little elephant ear. Very nice. Them little ones can pick back up, and they're not very strong, so if the giant gourami bites on them, he ain't gonna pull it over. He'll pull the leaf off. So they're fine. It's just the big ones in the water we can't have. Look at all of this excess she's cut off. That plant was huge. It was looking so good before they knocked it over. But that's okay. What, 2-3 weeks and it'll be back just like it again.
That's all it takes?
Yeah, they grow quick. You know what I got to learn is holding this phone and looking through the camera, not the phone, holding the camera and looking through its camera. I take so much for granted that I look past the camera and I'm looking directly at you. And then my camera is off center of you, you know, of my subject. So I've got to learn to watch strictly through the camera lens. Good job. You're listening to what I tell you, you're taking it in, you're learning. That's awesome. Okay, don't move towards him because he's trapped. He can't move away from you. And that's what happened with Reaper. Leave him an option to get out and he'll be fine. Just throw them up here. We can clean them up later. There you go. See, now he's got options to get out. He's pointing out. Reaper was like, you told me to slide my feet. Well, I did, and then he got me. I'm like, I didn't tell you to slide it right at him and trap him in the corner. So there's a little bit more to it than just sliding your feet. The sliding your feet, the only purpose for that is so that you don't pick up your feet and step down onto a stingray. All right, now come on over this way and then that way. And you can get the last leaf there.
How poisonous is their venom?
It's not very poisonous. It's like a bee sting. It burns. So, you know, you'll have unless like Reaper was, you know, he's kind of old and his skin he's super skinny and tiny. He gets a mark. It takes forever to heal. So it was like a month for his stingray bite to heal up. And he had to go to the hospital and they cut him open more to see if there was a barb left in there. And then he had to have stitches. So, I mean, it was worse than it normally is. Originally, it was only a 1/4 inch hole.
I have no doubt that barb would hurt, though.
Oh, it's going, well, going in, you barely feel it. It feels like somebody hit you with a pencil. You feel the pressure. But when it pulls out, it's like a Christmas tree shape. It cuts, and then
I still got those baby teeth.
yeah, the venom is inside of those little cuts on each side of the barb. You can actually, if you don't want to swim, you can get that from the side over there.
You said I don't want to.
That's up to you. I'm giving you options. There she goes, people.
How deep is it over here?
6 foot, 6.5 at some points. You're only 5'9", so tread water. I got floaties over there if you want me to throw you a floaty. How warm is it in there?
It's not bad, actually.
Now see, her nose is pointing towards you. If you slide towards her, she can turn away. See, and that's all they'll do. They've never been on the attack, ever. Yeah. That's a defensive move that they do to hit you with the tail. Like when you see the males trying to mate with them and trying to flip her over, she actually attacks the males with the tail, like, leave me alone. But male stingrays don't take no for an answer. No means no. Okay. Right. Now, if you want to do some more, see the wall over here? They have, see how that stingray's there? Yeah. They have pulled all the gravel off. So take your foot, put it under the wall and pull the gravel out to where it's nothing but tile. Then you can put the wall back and put the gravel over top of it. No, you don't want to put gravel under it. Stop. You want to put your foot under there and pull the gravel out. There you go. We want that background on the bare tile.
Oh, right by the heater.
You feel the warm air? That's why all the fish hang out in this corner, or warm water.
Now I know Bruce is fond of something.
Yeah, he hangs out here. He sticks his nose right into the hot water return. About another 1.5 feet in front of you and you'll be good. Now, the way we come across Jennifer here is you were hanging out at George's store, right? Agno Aquatics, yeah, but that's George's store. We know him as. So you were hanging out at Agno Aquatics. It's George and Alicia, and that's fine. You got plenty enough back. Now what you got to do is stand on top of it, the edge. Start from, no, not in the middle. Start from one end or the other, and you stand on the edge of the material, and you bring the rocks in so that none gets under it. So stand on, no, you're using one foot to move the rocks. Your other foot stand on the material. There you go. Now bring the rocks up and over and onto the top. And then as you move back, you'll be like sewing it up. So anyway, she was hanging out at Agno Aquatics and just being there just entirely way too long. So they got to talking. They got to talking and found out how much she loves the fish and everything aquatic related and stuff. So George mentioned, if you want to, donate some time, I'm sure Big Rich over at Ohio Fish Rescue wouldn't mind you coming over there. And she comes here pretty much every Wednesday and every Sunday, weather permitting, and if there ain't nothing else going on. So she likes it here, and we like having her here. This is our first time getting to swim in the pool, though. Now what you'll do is back here we can throw more to cover over the white spot. So just take what you need to cover over the end. And then you guys can tell me if this is a lot less shaky than the last video. Because with my right hand, again, I'm holding the right side of the camera and not just holding it from the tripod underneath. So if that works, then my cage idea, I want to get a cage that goes around this camera where I have to hold it from the left and the right side. It would be a lot less shaky. And other things I needed to learn, like not to zoom in all the way and then move while it's zoomed, because it gets choppy. So I can zoom out and then I can move over and I can zoom back in like on this plant or something. There's the finished plant product. So them will all now revive and grow, and big leaves will grow out of it, and it'll be good. Okay, now that you don't have to worry about holding down the material, you can just come over here and scrape the top layer of the mounds of gravel, push it towards over there. We just want to cover it. Now, see, you're making more white spots. You don't want to do that. We just want to cover the white spots up. There is a squeegee around here somewhere. It's on a 6-foot handle. We were looking for it before. Oh, here it is right behind me. You can take this and sort of sweep the top of the gravel. So any high spots.
Yeah, walking around, you definitely notice it's deeper gravel over there.
Okay, watch that cord. You don't want that. And you want to pull it towards you. You don't want to push it away from you. All right, now take that squeegee out, flip it over the other way. Now just scrape off the top layer. There you go, and pull it towards you and walk backwards, and you'll fill in all the low spots. Stingray trying to play with you. All right. See, this is the kind of stuff I do during the day when no one's here and I don't get to video it. So now, without the nurse here, I have my phone here watching Tracy. I'll just show half of my phone. It shows her monitors and her computers and stuff in her bed. She's in there and I can hear her and I can hear the monitors. So if something happens, I can run in there real quick. Like if she has a coughing fit or the monitors go off, I'm about 20 feet from the house. I'm in the pool room, so I just got to go through the laundry room and I'm right there by Tracy. You're getting it. You don't want to pull away from them rocks, though. A little too deep there. Here you go.
This stingray loves this thing.
Stingray likes it. He's checking to see if it's food. Once he realizes it's not, he'll leave you alone. Like there, he's swimming away. He's done with you. All right, you're doing a good job. Is that your phone? Oh, that's the notifications on my phone telling me it's time to feed Tracy. So, I'm going to have to go in here in the next 10 minutes and get her lunch together and reposition her and change her, if so needed. Because I changed her at about, it was 9:30 this morning, 9 o'clock, 9:30. And it was off time, but she, you know, it was smelly, I had to. Usually her changing times are 7 in the morning, around noon, and then 4 o'clock, and then like 8, 9 at night, and then she's good all night until morning again. Usually, unless there's an accident in between. I'm getting her scheduled down pretty good. And you are doing a good job.
I'm loving it.
Now, if somebody thinks, oh, you know, her alarm went off and you're not running in there, you know, Tracy can wait 10 minutes to get her lunch. It's okay, you know. I fed her this morning about 15 minutes late. So, you know, around every 4 hours is when she gets fed. So, and that's 4 times a day. Push them away. There you go. See?
I think I found
A stinger?
a baby tooth.
A baby tooth. It's a stinger. Put it on the side of the pool. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You don't stab yourself. You can still get stabbed by them if they're in the gravel. We're gonna be finding them for the next 2 years. All right, pull this towards you across here and fill in the low points. Just go in that direction. There you go. And one more time. There you go, and you're getting it. All right, come on out so I can go in and feed Tracy. I don't want to leave you out here, you know, unsupervised, and I got to watch for you and all that, so. Oh, man. Holding this thing by that tripod really works your wrist out. Okay, guys, we'll be back here soon. I'm going to go feed Tracy, and we'll get our next job. Thank you, Jenny, for going in and doing that. Oh, that's the little baby beekeeper thing. It's got a bee hood on it. It's the last person that wore that was Rodrigo from Predatory Fits. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we are going to go back here and feed the fish. You see a little blue eeriness to it. It wasn't as much of an effect as I thought. But back here, I'm going to video from in front. Right on top is the fish. Give 2 handfuls to each tank. I'm going to come up here and I'll zoom in for you. She's going to feed the center tank first. And you can tell it needs to be wiped down. There they go. They're going up to get their food. There they are. I love seeing them eat. That is so, I don't know why it makes me so happy, but it does. Fill your bellies, guys. And here's all the little ones. She's putting food in now. These are the ones that splash her. Did you put the food in? Oh, then they've already grabbed it because they're spreading all around. So probably this summer, people that are asking about the Shaq Koi, we're going to take all the ones that are not butterfly koi and put them into this tub, and all the ones that are butterfly shack koi are going to go into that center tub. The bigger ones can go into the pond, and we'll keep growing out the smaller ones. These ones over here are the ones we'll auction off. Very little money, but a little something to help the rescue, and you get a shack koi baby for, you know, 10 bucks. The smallest one in there right now is about 5 inches. They're all 5 to 10 inches in that tank. I know it looks small from a distance away, but they're pretty big in there. So we'll be doing that this summer, and we'll keep all the butterfly to go into our Tracy's pond, and you know, that'll be the next thing. Yeah, I wish this blue light would have worked better. I was really expecting it to show off their blue. My bad, I overextended my... Oh, and look how nice the plant is. That's going to start growing now, and all them leaves will get bigger and bigger. Just like this plant here. It came over here, it only had a few little leaves on it. Now look at these big leaves on it. So it'll do the same. All right, let's move on to the next one. Jen, you got to feed this saltwater tank up top. You'll see some pellets, marine pellets. Put just a pinch in there for those guys. There's only 4 fish in there, and they're all small. Actually, I can try and record them. Yeah, this camera don't pick them up very well. Okay. They definitely eat. Oh, and for everybody that says anything about the African arrow, I uploaded it to the members section today, and the members will have that on there to view. So I did catch him out and about. He came out when I fed, and it was a rarity because he's hardly ever out. He's been in his nest in the back. Well, I don't know if it's a female or male, but he built that nest, or she built that nest and stays in it. And haven't seen her for a while, except every once in a while you'll see her. And as soon as she sees you, she runs back to the nest, or he, whatever it is. But I uploaded the video to the member section. Hey, there goes a 3-foot arrow and a 5.5-foot arapaima. Camera's got to be a lot smoother now. Okay guys, I think that made that video long enough for you guys. Sorry about that. But you know, if you guys want to follow along with us and you know, keep hanging with us, we've got the second channel out there, the OFR behind the scenes. Go check that out. Reaper puts out a video every other day. Myself and Josh put out a video every other day. So between the 2 channels, you can get a video every single day. That's about all I can tell you today. And, you know, as always, stay fishy, my friend.